All right, I ain't forget about you guys. We coming back with the free agency spotlight today, talking about Jimmy Graham, tight end, former New Orleans Saints. Just got done with the Seattle Seahawks, and it's your boy CJ Goodfella. Let's get into some Detroit Lions talk. You dig? And Jimmy Graham wasn't used right in Seattle, and when he had opportunities from the improvising wizard known as Russell Wilson, sometimes he didn't deliver. He dropped the ball, but we remember Jimmy Graham, was a full-time basketball player. I think he played a little bit of football at the University of Miami. And, Drew Brees helped really mold him. And he got out of that system he got with Seattle. It was a run-first system. Then it was kind of a pass-happy offense with Russell Wilson really not being on timing like Drew Brees, especially when he hit that back foot. It was a little different from Jimmy Graham. It was a culture shock coming to Seattle. He showed he could block a little bit better. But, when he get an opportunity, he came in to deliver because he was often cold. They didn't know how to feed Jimmy the rock. And that's pretty what it is. And how I see he will fit in with the Lions. Potentially they could trade Ebron. I doubt it, though. But it could be, they could trade him. He's trade bait for more draft picks. So they could trade Amir Abdullah, stuff of that nature. They only got 5 picks. I heard it. I hear it now. I hear the knock on the door, fellas. But, wait till free agency get done. And we wait to see what they do with some of these players that still signed that we expect to be gone, like Amir Abdullah. And maybe Theoretic and potentially Ebron, but they like Ebron, the athletic ability and upside. But I think Jimmy Graham is a good guy to bring in. He made my top 5 free agent wish list when we did the video a long time ago. Well, a couple weeks ago. A lot of people weren't like, oh, man, Jimmy didn't do that good in Seattle. That's good. That means Jimmy ain't going to command a lot of money. And I know what, people that think about bringing Jimmy Graham in knows that system wasn't for him. He'll fit perfectly in Detroit, especially if Detroit got a run game. I mean, in a pass-happy offense with a little bit more balance, Jimmy Graham would control the middle of the field the way, especially in the red zone, the way Ebron wouldn't. And he actually can play with Ebron, and you can see who you want to keep long-term. And I think it'd still be Jimmy Graham. I think Jimmy Graham to Stafford, that might be some people PSN name, Stafford to Graham. And that's how hot that combination could be. And giving Stafford a big target, like when he had Joe Furrier, but a guy that's a little bit more athletic, a guy that's proven, and a guy that just needs a quarterback that's orthodox, that's normal, pretty much drop back passer, 1, 2, 3, back foot pass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back foot, you hit that back foot, gone. 7-step drop, hit the back foot, gone. 7 with a hitch or 5 in a hitch, hit it. He's good at those timing routes. He need a quarterback that's gonna give him, a steady dose of the rock. And Stafford to Graham, it can be that. And I think Jimmy Graham, people think he off. He just, like when you used to being a vocal point of offense like he was in New Orleans, he was catching everything and he was doing good. He might have had a little bit of drops, but he's used to getting the rock. He said, I know I'm going to get the rock. Bam, I'm ready. Bam, I'm ready. And we go to Seattle, man, I ran about 10 routes today, bro, and I didn't get the rock, man. And then when the rock hits you, you drop it, and you was like, man, dang. And then they losing faith in you, and you like, dang, I wasn't expecting the rock, and I didn't deliver. I wonder I still got it. I think Jimmy Graham still got it. I think he a problem. No linebacker in the NFC North can touch him. Still, with a quarterback like Stafford that's going to put that thing on that line and put him on that 88. Right in that 88, that's what Stafford going to do. And the downside may be he might just be old and broken up. He might not be as fast as he once was, or this or that. I'm telling you guys, Seattle didn't know how to use him, just like they didn't know how to run the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the goal line in that Super Bowl, okay? And I believe that, Jimmy Graham and Stafford will be deadly. I'm definitely pushing. I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing for them to trade for him late in last season. I'm pushing it for now, and I know one of my subscribers was like, you know what, man, you stay pushing for Jimmy Graham, man. I said, yeah, because I like the possibilities of Graham and Stafford, and also you can have Tate out there. That's another guy that could be tradable. I don't know if the Lions want to just let him walk, and if they're not ready to commit number 1 and number 2 money to him, that's a conversation for another day. But you put him with a 6'4", 6'5" Galladay, with a 6'2" Marvin Jones who can get downfield, with an Ebron that can work. You can play him and Ebron together. I'm pretty sure Jim Bob Cooter is creative enough to do something like what New England should do with Hernandez and what they do with Gronk and Martellus Bennett and Gronk. I mean, that'd be crazy. You got Jimmy Graham and Ebron doing their thing in the middle of the field. You got Galladay stretching. You got Tate also helping in the middle of the field and working the slide on the inside, the outside. And you got Marvin Jones doing his thing. I mean, imagine that. You put a Geis back there or Carlos Hyde or the Hines kid from NC State, or if you want to mortgage the future and you want to go out there and get you a Saquon Barkley with that offense, how deadly could that be? And then you could rebuild your defense and free agent, use the rest of the draft picks whatever you would have left on defense and getting you a left guard or something of that nature. That'd be deadly, right? A good running back like Hyde and maybe the running back from NC State. We talked about Nyheim Hines, a dude that can a game breaker. Him and Carlos Hyde. And Hyde is catching the ball out the backfield. Hines has had 11 catches versus Florida State. Both of them interchanging. Both can do things. Hines can return kicks, kick return, punt return, catch out the backfield. Hyde can run between the tackles, has some explosive ability, catch out the backfield. You got Golden Tate in the slide. You got Jimmy and Eric Ebron working in the middle of the field playing H-back. You got Marvin Jones stretching the field doing this thing. Golden Tate working underneath. And Kenny Galladay, it sounds good, don't it? Yeah, it probably won't happen, though, but I definitely tried to sell that to the Motor City Lions Talk, or Motor City Sports Talk family and to the Lions community. But I hope they would do something like that, man. I don't know about Saquon Barkley. If they was to get Saquon Barkley, they're going to have to get some picks for some guys like Abdullah and maybe Tate. But we'll see what it is. Let me know what y'all think. We out.